All right, we'll switch gears to the Reds now. We'll start with this. Say whatever you want about it. We can move on. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred is reviewing a request for Pete Rose to be removed from MLB's permanently ineligible list, which would lead to his eventual selection to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. According to reports published last Saturday, Manfred met with Rose's daughter, Fawn, and his former lawyer about reinstatement in December. A formal petition was submitted on January 8th. There's also the fact that President Trump pardoned Pete Rose. We don't know what for or why or what that would even mean, but he said those words. So that has also happened.
Yeah, this if this is what his family wants and they eventually go through with it, I guess it's good. It just would be heartbreaking that a year, less than a year, whatever that time frame is after he passes, then you decide to do this. I mean, so what? You want to be that injurious of him? Come on.
It's spitting on his grave, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess if the family still wants this, then maybe
right.
it is the right thing
That's
to
the
do.
part
But
for me.
if I was part of his family, I would feel more disrespected by them doing it now, because it's almost like you really did just want to do it to spite him. And it wasn't about the rule that he broke, or that you really think it's something that you can't possibly ever relent. It's fine to just say, like, Pete Rose is one of the greatest baseball players of all time. We love him. And at the same time, he broke a rule that we're never going to let you break. You can't be in our Hall of Fame. You can't be associated with our sport ever now. I'm okay with that. But this idea that you're going to say, well, now that he's dead, it's not that big a deal. We can do it because we're in bed with gambling anyway, and FanDuel does commercials with us and all that type of stuff. It's like, that would piss me off so much if I was his son.
Yeah, again, if it's what the family wants, then okay. Well, who am I to tell you that it just? But if that's when they're going to do it, just shortly after he's passed, man, that feels that to your point. That feels like they're absolutely just pissing on his grave.
Yeah, because he wanted it so bad too.
Right.
I mean, he really wanted that moment. I think a lot of people might have moved on and said they didn't care about a Hall of Fame or something, but Pete did care. It mattered to him. And yeah, to me, this just seems more disrespectful than anything, but I'm not in this family, so maybe they feel differently. Just in terms of spring training, looking at a couple things, just a couple notes. CES has hit a couple of homers. Good to see. Will Benson hit a 465-foot blast the other day, and Elly continues to hit homers. He's got 3 of them now.
Is Will Benson going to play his way on this team? He can't, can he?
I don't think so. But there does seem to be a bit of a groundswell of support again for Will Benson out of nowhere.
Yeah, the only thing that really jumped out to me this past week was the good and the bad of Hunter Green. He had one outing where he just got clobbered and then came back with a couple of shutout innings. I don't get alarmed by it, but it was an outing where he got clobbered.
Yeah, we've got also 2024 first rounder Chase Burns made his debut through an inning, had a walk, had 3 strikeouts, hit 100 miles an hour 4 different times.
How about Chase Petty?
Chase Petty looked very impressive as well. A couple injury things, though, too, Skinny. Spencer Steer's shoulder injury, he's been dealing with it for a year now. It only impacts him when he throws the ball, but he got a cortisone injection and could start the season on the IL. Andrew Abbott threw live batting practice and is expected to pitch in games soon. They're hoping that he might be ready for the start of the season. And then also Cam Collier recently injured his thumb on a tag play. The initial thoughts are that it's not good. He's going to see another specialist in Arizona, but he's going to miss some time. He's the Reds' number 4 prospect, 90th overall by MLB Pipeline.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be a factor, I don't think, this year unless he came up late in the year. But you'd hate to see him miss some time of either AA, AAA at bats, whatever that would be for him, because I don't think he's too far away. He had a double the other day on a 2-strike pitch that he actually kind of choked up to protect and then still mashed it over the right fielder's head.
I have one other question for you.
Yes.
Baseball Tonight podcast, Buster Olney and whoever his partner is on there, they had a prediction the other night when they were recording. They said Elly De La Cruz will become the first MLB player in history to hit 40 home runs and steal 80 bases in a season. Do you think it's possible that Elly will become the first 40-80 player we've ever seen?
I think it's possible. You know what takes a little bit away from the 80 is the 40.
It's less chances base as much.
Yeah, it's less chances to steal. Man, 80 is a lot, man. If you're hitting 40, 80 is a lot, dude.
80 is a lot, and the problem is when he gets to 40, it feels like we might be like, I don't think that's happening this year, right?
I don't know. I think 40 is a better possibility this year than the 80. 80 is just a lot. 80 means you're not only stealing second a bunch, but you're also stealing third a bunch and then risking stealing third a bunch.
That's fair. I have this vision of Elly as he gets older, not becoming slow, but slowing down just a tad
Yeah.
and bulking up a little bit to where he becomes more of a power guy and less of I'm going to steal on every pitch type of guy.
Right. No, I think
that's where I see him hitting more 40 home runs, and at that point I don't see him stealing 80 bases anymore.
Yeah, I think 80 is a big number. I mean, I mean, he obviously has the skill set, I guess, to do it. It just, like I said, the 40 is going to take away from the 80.